we doing? Oh man, campers, hi. Okay, so here's the deal. Okay, yesterday we talked about the very base of the Maslowian pyramid. That noise in the background. I'm so sorry about this, but I'm not going inside. Okay, the noise in the. I'm out on my front patio. We'll go on a little tour. Oh, there's a window. Oh yeah, there's a door. Another window. There's a fountain. The fountain making all that noise. Okay. And oh, sorry to get you all dizzy. Oh, dizzy. Oh, here's the deal. Yesterday we talked about Maslow at the bottom of the pyramid, the very base of the pyramid. Oh, I got to get this haircut. My God. Okay, so I'm thinking, and I'm always thinking. Down at the very bottom of Maslow, in part one of Maslow, was the physical needs of all human beings. Please understand, if you're going to describe the physical needs to me, that's what we need to stay alive physically, okay? It's not rocket science, okay? Listen, if you're going to give me some examples, test question, you're going to give me the examples of food, water, shelter from the storm, and the air that we breathe, all right? Because nobody's going to survive. Nobody's going to survive if any of that becomes polluted or tainted or goes away. You know, we're going to starve to death if there's no food. Now, keep that in mind because it's going to play into the rest of the pyramid. The base layer number two, right above the physical, was the safety layer. Again, the safety layer. As a human being, I want to be safe. I have to be safe. I need to feel safe, or I'm going to be hell-bent to find that safety. Trust me, it's a true story. Okay? And the only reason I wouldn't find that safety is if I was starving to death, because this is sequential. The woman that is starving to death doesn't care about feeling safe. She cares about finding food. The starving guy needs a sandwich. I'm going to come back to it. Okay? So remember that it's sequential and that we're going to move up the pyramid to the apex, which is that self-actualization. I'm so excited for you that you get to explore this. Explore. Okay? All right. The next layer that we touched on yesterday was that love and belonging layer. Once again, this is not a desire of human beings. This is a need, a base human need. We will feel the need to be connected to other humans. We will feel the need to procreate, to get together and mate. We will feel that need as a human being. It's a true story. We want love. We want connection. All right? Except, like I said yesterday, if you're that, 0.001, right? The true antisocial. Sometimes we play antisocial, like, I don't need friends. But yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Hold on one second. I don't want this thing bouncing around. All right, so I'm thinking to myself, and that's always dangerous. There's where we left you now, the new stuff. You take a look at that Maslowian pyramid now. Right in between love and belonging and self-esteem needs, I've dashed some lines in there. And then, again, between self-esteem and self-actualization, I've dashed some lines. Again, I'm telling you, I'm going to bastardize Maslow. I'm going to change him up just a little bit. When you go to college, go, oh, okay, this is the way Joswiak should have taught me, but I'm going to teach you my way anyway. Okay? Let them do their thing. But listen, in between love and belonging and self-esteem is a sort of a slippery little slope. It's interchangeable. See the red arrows? Things move back and forth now at the top of the pyramid for like the rest of the layers. They morph, they come, they go, they move. They're interchangeable in there, okay? And one has an effect on the other, and that's the key for today. We're going to talk about the catch-22, but more importantly, more importantly, we have to get our heads around this next layer called self-esteem needs. Because Maslow himself, if he was sitting next to me, hold on, he's not, that would be awesome. It really would. Like, dude, why'd you make this? Okay, listen, if he was sitting right here next to me, okay, I know what he meant when he talked about needing self-esteem. What he really means, what he really is trying to say, for self-actualization to ever have a chance of occurring, for me to be all that I can be by myself, for myself, what I really need to do is have a positive self-esteem. That's Maslow's need at that level, self-esteem, a positive self-esteem. In other words, and you can see this on the board notes. In other words, that positive symbol at the self-esteem layer, that allows me to love myself. I love myself. And I don't mean big giant ego. No, I don't. I mean, like, dude, you're worthy. You're just as worthy as anybody else. I mean, looking at yourself in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, and going, you know, you have your faults. You have your faults, but I love you. I love you. Positive self-esteem. Because self-esteem is the truth that we have about ourselves. It goes along with self-concept. Don't forget it. But it also includes this. Self-esteem also includes how you value yourself. The value that you place on yourself. All right? Do you find yourself of worth or worthy, or do you find yourself worthless? Remember those labels? Good for nothing. Stupid. You buying into that? You buying into that? And what has it done to that self-esteem at that layer of Maslow? This is why I dashed those lines in between love and belonging and self-esteem, campers. This is why I dashed those lines. Okay? Because sometimes we get our self-esteem, our self-worth. We get our self-worth from that love and belonging layer. Man, I tell you what, we have no choice again as a 6-year-old. The 6-year-old that is told that she is of worth, that she is worthy, that she is smart, that she is beautiful, that he is great at music, that she is a wonderful athlete. The 6-year-old that is told that is going to have it affect their self-esteem in a very positive way. Yay! Because Maslow suggests to reach self-actualization, we have to have that positive self-esteem. It's a need. But then there's Tony. Remember Tony? Worthless. Good for nothing. Idiot. If only he was like his brother. You know, Tony, you're lazy. You're lazy. And the labels kept pouring on, man. They kept sticking to Tony's head. Okay? All right, listen very carefully. That dashed line is because sometimes self-esteem is going to come from that love and belonging layer. People are going to tell us how worthy we are. People are going to tell us how much value we have. Okay? All fine and good if they're providing that positive self-esteem for us. But Tony has some outthinking to do. Now that's the beauty of how I've changed Maslow around, because it also works top-down. Later in life, we're going to see that Tony can self-actualize, change his self-esteem from negative to positive. He can really do that. All right? But right now, understand the catch-22 of Maslow, and this is all I want to leave you with. But it's important, and it gets a little deep. All right? See that squiggly line? The catch-22 of Maslow, that squiggly red line. All right. Does everybody know what a catch-22 even means? Catch-22. No? No? Well, I'm going to tell you then. I'll come right out and I'll school ya. I'll learn ya. Catch-22 was a phrase that came into play in World War II. In World War II. The Army in World War II, for the first time ever, decided that it was going to pay the widows of fallen soldiers compensation for the death of their husband. The Army was going to pay the widows for the death of their husband as far as compensation was concerned. The forms, the thousands and thousands of forms that they mailed out had one problem. On line 22 of the form, it required the signature of the dead soldier. See, he dead. He dead. He did what? No, he dead. All right? Listen, the Army was laughed at. And the phrase catch-22 was born, an insolvable puzzle. You go around and around. You can't solve it. Catch-22. Something is going along just fine, and oh man, catch-22. Now there's no way I can solve this. Now sometimes, here's what happens in Maslow. Sometimes we find someone to love. In that love and belonging layer, we leave our friends, we leave our family, or it is our friends and family that are providing that negative self-esteem. That negative self-esteem. And because we need love and belonging, remember, we need love and belonging like the starving person needs a sandwich. Because we need love and belonging, we get locked into this catch-22. That person that we have decided to love is providing this very, very negative self-esteem to us. And we think to ourselves, we can fix it. We don't run away. We don't want to change. We want to fix it. Why? Because we love them. And we need that. Need. So we get up again and we try and be better. We get up again and we try not to make them angry. We get up again and we wonder what it will take, and we try so hard. But guess what? Guess what? We'll never be good enough. And they tell us that. They tell us that. And sometimes their conversation is oppressive. It's meant to keep us in our place. Oppressive. It's meant, maybe, and this is unfortunate, but it may also be abusive. Okay? If not just verbally, also physically. These relationships are catch-22. We met this guy, let's say. We met this guy. He's my boyfriend. Okay? But now he's telling me I can't go out with these people. I can't see this person. She's looking at me and she's saying, "Oh no, not if you're my boyfriend." He's looking at me saying, "No way, if you're my girlfriend, nope, 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 nope." He's controlling. He's verbally abusive. And we stick around. Why? Oh, I know. Because the human being needs love and connection. Connection like the starving person needs a sandwich. So around and around and around we will go. Tony's going to come home and try to please his dad because he's stuck in the catch-22. And when he finally gets a B+ in math, he brings it home to his dad and he says, "Dad, look, a B+." And his dad looks right at him and says, unbelievable. How long did that take you? Only 5 years. You stupid idiot. Your brother's been getting A's for 6 years. Now get out and cut the grass, you lazy bum. Listen, around and around and around they'll go. Okay? Trust me. I volunteered at some, homeless shelters. I volunteered at some homeless shelters one time. And I saw the stories of the women. And in this one shelter, it was just women that had children that were running away or homeless. And you know what they were running away from? An abusive boyfriend or an abusive husband. Okay? You know the straw that broke the camel's back most times? The women would tell me that this time he didn't come after me, he came after my daughter or my son. And finally, they could break that catch-22, the need for love and belonging associated with that self-esteem. When it comes from the love and belonging layer and it's positive, everything is great. But when it comes from that love and belonging layer and percolates up into the negative, we got some troubles. We got some problems. I one time asked my grandfather, I said, Grandpa, you ever run away from a friend? And he said, what's going on? And I told him. And he goes like this, he goes like this, he goes, I don't suggest running away from this friend. I suggest you run as fast as you can away from this friend. Okay? And really, quite frankly, man, I tell you what, the catch-22 is real. The beauty is, tomorrow, we're going to talk about how that dash line between self-actualization and self-esteem can work in Tony's favor, in Tina's favor, and in anyone's favor. We have the power to self-adjust self-esteem. Whoa, what? Yeah, we have the power to self-adjust self-esteem. More tomorrow. Tomorrow.